DJ Immortal, live in the mix.
Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with none other than DJ Flipcyide. He is an amazing artist and also a Wu-Tang Clan affiliate DJ. How you doing this evening?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you.
Most certainly welcome, man. You're most certainly welcome. But I have to ask you, man, what made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
I actually did a quick video recently on that for my brothers in Switzerland at Timor Records, which you'll be able to see later. But to cut the story down shorter, it was the movie Breaking is what actually got me into it. It was the part where Chris the Glove was scratching pretty much on the turntables and Ice-T was just rapping in the front. And when I just saw Chris the Glove doing that, I was just like, that's it. Like, that's what I want to do.
Oh, yeah, man. Chris the Glove Taylor is an absolute beast on the turntable.
Yes, he is. Big shout out to him as well.
I have to ask you, the name DJ Flipcyide, how did that name come to be for you? Like, what's the story behind that?
Well, I'm actually pretty thankful that came in. I'll be honest, I had like 2 or 3 other names, and one of them was even worse. It was really bad. But I was kind of still looking for a name between those, and my boy had my friends used to come over all the time to my spot, and I'd be spinning latest vinyl and just practicing on my cuts, and we knew I was kind of still looking for a name for a while. My boy said that he came in, he literally just walked in the room and he was like, introducing ladies and gentlemen, DJ Flipcyide, and I was like, dude, where'd you get that from? And he said that he pretty much got it from, it just popped in his head. I think it's 90s cartoon where, I think the cartoon was named Kid Disco or something like that, or it's something related to that. And the guy would come out. I actually have the sample still. And he says something about, he does this evil laugh, and he says, I'm about to take you to the flip side. And he said that had popped in his head just at the moment when he walked in my room, and I was like, that was it. It just stuck.
And you know what? It's catchy, man. It really is. When I was younger, I used to call myself B-Dog, so I'm telling you, nothing can be worse than that nickname.
Well, I usually don't like talking about it much, but yeah, before it was DJ Knucklehead. That's what I was calling myself. I was calling myself DJ Knucklehead.
Hey, man, like I said, that's more catchier than B-Dog. That's more catchier than B-Dog. But also, man, I also have to ask you this. So you are an official DJ for the Wu-Tang Clan affiliates, and I've been really wondering this. How did you get connected with the Wu-Tang Clan, and become one of their affiliate DJs?
That kind of started with I was kind of doing more DJ promo work for G-Unit for a while first. But I kind of always wanted to join. I had seen the whole Wu-Tang DJ coalition, do their thing for a while, and I kind of always wanted to link up to them, or link up with them. And I wrote the leader at that time, and he wrote me back, and he was just like, "Well, why now all of a sudden?" And I was like, "What do you mean, why now all of a sudden?" He was just like, "We've been trying to get a hold of you for the longest time." And I was like, well, I never got the mail. He was like, I wrote you on Twitter, your emails. I was like, I never got them. And he was like, well, say no more. He was like, we know your work and we know your back. I guess they kind of seen, the promo work I was doing for G&A and then just some of the other stuff I did. And so that was pretty much it. I just linked with them. And then I used that format, a platform, to just kind of branch off and start reaching out more to the affiliates. I think it was actually, I got to give a huge shout out to Judah Priest. He was kind of the one that helped open that. He was like, well, I'm going to talk to the leader for you. And I was kind of already promoting Judah Priest as well. And then the rest is just history. It was linked up through him. And then I just kept meeting more affiliates and more affiliates and more. I figured as a Wu-Tang DJ, that's our job, is to be promoting the affiliates and the Wu.
And that's the truth, man.
Reached the point where it was just they saw that I was dead serious about it, and it just became love with as much as affiliates as I could.
And you were also signed to Hellraiser Music Inc. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with them, and what was it like working with them?
Oh, that's one of my biggest honors right there. I mean, when Sons of Man first came out, that album was like, I mean, it's one of the the most famous thing that everybody says, that they were just like, oh, these brothers came out with a whole different style that nobody was doing. You know, they even say that in Razor's new documentary. Like, but it was like, that's the truth. Like, you know, they were doing something that nobody else had ever even touched yet. So that actually kind of still goes back to Judah Priest as well. Shout out to my brother Judah Priest. You know, he got me into Wu-Tang DJs, and then little did I know that, you know, Razor was actually watching me himself, and he just, when he finally reached out to me, you know, he's like, oh, I want to put you on Ghetto Government Officials, which that was pretty much first, you know. But he was like, I see your work ethic, your grind is insane. You know, he's like, you're constantly staying busy, you're constantly doing things. And so it was just kind of, that's what started there, and I was just doing mixtapes for him, and, you know, doing this and that whenever he needed me. Kind of more just a mixtape thing, you know, and then he started learning, you know, that, yeah, I could mix and master, that I can offer these scratches on songs or hooks, and this and that. But then he started seeing me, like, doing my, you know, kind of my own thing, too, which is where, you know, I would do that. I would do scratches on hooks for, like, and collab, you know, with, like, Judah Priest or, which, I mean, just so many of them, too many to name, but that's kind of how it happened. And then next thing you know, I was, because he was like, well, what are you working on? I was working on his stuff, and then I was working on my own. And I was working on that album, which was Hip Hop Isn't Dead. And he was all like, well, he's like, I'll tell you what, why don't we put that first release, you know, under my label? And I was just like, oh, like, that was the greatest blessing that ever happened to me. Ever since then, pretty much the rest has been history.
And I have to ask, are you still currently signed with them, or have you guys parted ways since then?
Oh, no, that's like my ride or die right there. That's like, I tell Razor every day, like, we see him pretty much talk every day or every, you know, at least once or twice a week, and like, that's, I mean, yeah, I do push like the Wu-Tang DJs and also, but I kind of push that a little more because that's like, you know, he gave me that chance and opportunity that no other label has given me like that. Like, I would never want to switch to another label because I'm like so happy with him.
And when you were talking about mixtapes a few minutes ago, I saw a picture on your Facebook of a gold award for the Undeniable mixtape with Junior Reid. I have to ask you, what was that experience like, earning a gold award for your work?
Oh, that was a huge honor. I mean, just alone to work with Junior Reid was like a really, really huge honor. It was like, that actually goes back to the first Wu-Tang DJ's leader, that he kind of helped set that up, and, you know, I'll never forget him for that. I want to thank him, and I do appreciate him for that. And it was kind of just like, when we did it, I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be good, but I never expected it to, like, go that far. Like, even when it actually, you know, I think it hit the bronze status on that piff, and then we started checking all the other sites too as well, and each one was like hundreds of thousands of downloads and plays and everything. So we were just like, whoa, like, you know. And when we finally, it was kind of weird because we had just put it out, and then we kind of just, we promoted the hell out of it, but we forgot about it. And when we just came back and saw that it hit those numbers, we were just like, still can't believe it.
And, you know, not a lot of individuals nowadays actually would even get the honor of even winning like a gold or platinum award just because of free downloading an MP3. So the fact that you actually hit that and got gold is just incredible.
Oh yeah, it's super incredible. Like, even he loved it. I mean, they all loved it. His management, him. When they saw it and called me, they were just like, "Hey, Junior Reid says, you know, you never need anything. You know, we got you." And I was like, "Thank you." Like, you know, so big shout out to Junior Reid and his manager as well. Like, that was a huge honor.
And
we've kind of been in the talks of doing another one, but I mean, he's been kind of busy. I've been a little busy too, but hopefully maybe this year.
that'd be pretty cool, though. You guys reconnecting, doing another one, man. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
And I also saw that you were a DJ for G Unit Records as well. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that? How did yourself and G Unit get connected?
Yeah, that actually, like I said kind of earlier, that goes before the whole Wu movement, and that was like most of my career and most of my life in music. Like when I kind of started figuring things out, you know, and how to push myself and how to like connect with people and reach out to people. It's kind of actually a funny story with that though, because I was doing a mixtape for an artist named Columbo Black at that time, and big shout out to Columbo Black too, because he kind of helped make all this happen and achieve. Was he linked me up with Spider Low, and so I ended up doing a mixtape with Spider Low, and then it did pretty good. It did good for where it was at in the West Coast and everything, and we pretty much sold out on all the ones we had. And but it kind of had just stopped there, and I was just like, and he gave me like the information to link with like a G Unit A&R, and Jeremy Bettis too. Shout out to Jeremy Bettis, and he had like linked me with him, but it was like I kept writing him, you know, emails, messages, and I could never get through. So I was kind of just like reached a point where I was just like, I think I'm kind of done. I'm gonna take a break for a while. Like I was actually gonna take a huge break from music, and then like right then, the next day, right when I said that, I was freaking hilarious. The next day, like he writes me, and he's just like, yeah, man. He's like, we want to bring you on make you a G-Unit promo DJ. Like, that's basically what you do, is just promote the hell out of anything they released. And so it was like, while I was with them, the whole time I was with them, I have another plaque too but it's not a gold one, but it's still a plaque I got for Lloyd Banks' HFM2 album, the Hunger for More 2 album. And then I got to check again with the 50 Cent Before Self-Destruct album, because I'm not sure I think it went gold, so if it did, then I actually qualified to get one of those too as well. But like during that time that I was with them, those were like some of the works that I was helping doing. And then I did a mixtape for Lloyd Banks too. It was just kind of like a best of type thing, and it made it on This Is 50 as well. I think I still call it Still Hungry. So, I mean, it was an honor, like, to work with them as well first. Like, that, I kind of figured that was my first big break. Like, kind of where it all started.
That's a really great first break to actually have, you know, being able to be a DJ for G Unit Records. That's actually really huge to start off with.
Like, that's what I told you. I had reached a point kind of where I was just like, I think I'm done. Because I felt like it was never going to kind of happen. And I had some other really great opportunities. Like, I actually did a mixtape with Paul Wall. It was just like he hosted it. And I had actually a couple cool hosts here and there, but it was just, like you said, most DJs are always looking for that, you know, that really big break like that. And I just felt like it was never going to come. And it was mind-blowing just to get that call the next day. I was just like, it's like they like heard me say it.
And also, speaking of another big break, you also had the opportunity to work with The Game. I have to ask you, what was it like working with him?
Oh, the way most people see him, and I know he has beef, stuff like that, but it was just like, the way I got to know him, meet the man, he's cool as hell. That's one of the coolest, funniest, oh my God, that dude's funny as hell. Like, he'll keep you laughing, but he is so cool and so humble. It's just like, you know, mad love and respect to the game. Like, I would have never imagined with, like, a lot of the crap he goes through yet, he would be so that cool.
So if you don't mind me asking, like, what projects did you work with The Game?
It was just that one that So You Want to Be Signed next trip that I did. That was the only one.
And when you said like he goes through a lot of stuff, I agree with you on that. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just gotta stay humble. Like, excuse my language, through all the bullshit. You know what I mean? You just gotta stay humble through it all.
Yeah, and that's what like surprised me is that a dude's so well known like that, and just that of course, yeah, like I said, he's got his beef, but he's like, I mean, his name is known throughout the hip hop world as well too, and just for a dude to take his time like that, a little bit of time out for me, like, it's a huge honor, and I appreciate him for it.
Do you think down the road, DJ Flipcyide and the game might do some more projects together?
I always hope. I always hope so. I always pray for the best.
So, man, also in 2014, you became the official member of Go-Go in Las Vegas. Can you tell us a bit more about that, and how did that come to be for you?
Wait, did I what?
The official member of Go-Go in Las Vegas.
I didn't even know about that, honestly.
I honestly, I dig so far sometimes,
all
man.
This stuff with my name on it, like, all the time on the internet when I'm browsing for other stuff.
But also, in 2016, you won the 2016 All-Star Mixtape Award for Mixtape DJ of the Year. I have to ask you, what was it like being able to win that award? Like, what was the feeling being up there and accepting that?
That I'll never forget that. I got it right here in my studio hanging on the wall, and that was a huge honor. It was such a battle, like, between the other DJs, and, respect to the other DJs that were going for it, too, but it was like, I remember that. There was a lot of lost sleep because of that, and it was such a battle because it was like, we had to actually, like, push to our fans to get them to vote for us, and it was just like, me and the other DJ, I'm not going to say his name, but, like, we were just back and forth, like, he passed me, and then I had to go reach out to a couple more people I knew, and then they'd get it. And then it was kind of funny, because in the end, I think I only had, like, maybe just a few over him, like, just a few votes. But then they set it up where they were still going to have a panel of judges, and they had to judge our mixes. And then it was like, even if I had more than him, if his mix got picked, I'd still lose. And so the mix I had submitted for was my Wu Files 1 hosted by Hellraiser. And I was just I didn't even expect it. And I was like, it'd be sweet if I win, but I was just like, this guy won last year, so I don't, it's up in the air. And I remember I just went to sleep, woke up the next day, and my phone was like blowing up. Like, hey, everybody, you won. I was like, what? I was like, I gotta go look at this myself. And sure enough, went there, and I was just like, wow, like, because it's like, to win Mixtape DJ of the Year, it's like, this is what I feel I'm known for, and pretty much what my fans and why people know me for is my mixtapes. So that was a huge honor. I mean, just that one alone is, I'm content, and that's what I needed. Was like, it kind of felt good, and like, for people to just to show, like, okay, we see what you do, and we appreciate it.
And also in 2018, you released the album Hip Hop Isn't Dead. I have to ask you, where can our listeners buy or stream that record? And, like, how did that album come to be for you?
That was, I think, like you said, it came to be because that's one thing, even still now to this, right now to this day, and even to this moment, hour, minute, second, yeah. I constantly hear a lot of people, all over the internet, like, hip-hop's dead, because a lot of people are, like, going off on the mumble or in the trap or, the different, and I look at those as different genres. Like, I'm not going to hate on those beats, but that's just, like, their genre, their different platforms. I kind of really don't see it as hip-hop like that. I kind of look at it as, like, yeah, it's mumble, it's trap, it's whatever, it's different, but they have their section, we got ours. But I just got tired of people saying that, like, hip-hop is dead, these guys are killing it. And I'm like, no, like, there's actually a lot of good hip-hop still, but it's like it's like they don't want to take the time to look for it anymore. It's like the veterans that I grew up with watching in the 90s, they're still putting out stuff, so it's like, how can people say it's dead? And so that was kind of where I came up with the title for the album. And it was kind of weird, because it was just, I had, like, 5, maybe 6 songs. Just that I had saved, you know, where it was like I'd reach out, I had a beat, and I'd tell Judah Priest, can you, you know, drop a verse for me on this beat? I've been kind of messing with some cuts, you know. He did a verse, and then he turned off Killer Bees, you know, I was like, can you do the same thing? I had that Chino Excel verse that I had already got from him, too, as well, and it was like, who else? I mean, there's so many people on it that it was just like, that's what would happen. I was out, you know, I'd put them on a mixtape, and then next thing I know, we'd do a track together, but they were just like saved in my studio files until I started noticing that I had, you know, like 10 of them. And I was like, damn, I pretty much have myself an album here. And so that's when I kind of put 1 or 2 singles out, and then everybody's like, oh, you're going to do an album? How come I'm not on it? So 10 jumped into 20 songs. Eventually, past 20, and it was just like, I started linking up with everybody from, you know, Hellraiser's team to Wu affiliates, and that's pretty much all how it came into play and happened. And then, like I said earlier, where, you know, I was telling Hellraiser, Heaven Raiser, you know, about it the whole time, and he was just like, he's like, I want to put you under my label now, and, you know, everything you release is going to be under me.
And I agree with that as well, man. Excuse me, sorry, the way you name that record, because I say the same thing as well. A lot of people, they take trap music, emo rap, whatever those Skittle looking rainbow hair little guys are doing. I don't consider that rap music or hip hop music at that. I consider it its own genre, but everybody screams that it's hip hop, and it's like, no, okay? You know what I mean? We didn't have all these legends slaving, selling mixtapes out of their trunks for it to turn into that. We don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I see, and you see it too. And that's how, yeah, I'm like, you guys, they got their own category. Like, hip-hop is, no, it's a culture. You know, we're a culture, we're a family, it's life. Like, this is what we do, we live this, so. But I kind of see, like, their time's going to come and go, but we're still going to be here. Still doing what we do.
And that's true, man, most definitely. And also, I saw on your Instagram that you also have DJ Flipcyide merchandise available. I have to ask you, what types of merch do you have available? And also, where can our listeners buy some?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I totally messed that. But when you're saying, let me get my album, I have 2 out recently. Really, I have the Hip Hop Isn't Dead, and then I have another one that me and Solomon Childs did together called Legends Stuck in Shower, and they can both get that. On all my all music platforms, it's on all of them, and all they have to do is search me as DJ Flipcyide, and they'll find it on whichever one they're at. And clothing, I actually have clothing as well, which is they can get that at diamondsoc.com. If they have a problem finding it, it's like diamonds with a Z at the end. And if they have any problems with that, they can reach out to me. And it's pretty much on my Instagram or my Facebook page as well. I have like a lot of the gear and all the clothing already posted up on there. And also like hard copies of CDs, they can pretty much get that from me. I think I have some on my Bandcamp, or if not, they can actually just buy them like directly straight from me.
So I have to ask you, DJ Flipcyide, what's next for you, man? Is there anything else you want to promote while we still have you here live on the air?
Oh, yeah, I got there's actually going to be, you'll get like the exclusive, because a lot of people don't even know this yet. I have like 2 or 3 new Heaven Raiser albums that we're working on right now, that I'm helping with them out. I'm going to have 3 albums coming out soon. This next month of April, I'm going to have one called Leftovers, which is some of like stuff that's kind of already out, and then some stuff that nobody's even never heard of. And then I'm working on my current new album, like it's kind of like the second to Hip Hop Isn't Dead. Except I changed the title for this one. Instead, I'm going to call it, it's kind of my new AKA now as well. Most people know me as Johnny Ringo, like DJ Flipcyide, aka Johnny, but I created another one, which is now B.A. Baracus. Like most people know that from the A-Team. but I spell it like B.A and then Buh and then Ruckus, like, you know, Wu-Tang bring the ruckus. So B.A. Ruckus. And that'll be the next album with a lot of dope features as well. I mean, Heaven Razor's on this one himself, Dirty Klansman. Let me see, I got Intel from Second Generation Wu. I think you've already seen a couple of the singles I released as well. So there's going to be a lot more, but I'm not going to leak too much. I want people to be surprised with them.
Oh, most definitely, man. You gotta have those surprises, man. You can't tell the world everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I do have a EP that I'm working on with Eternal Killer Bees. Shout out to my boy Eternal. Much love. And I also do have another one. Hold on, let me see right here. I think it's kind of more like an EP with DBTZ, and that one's gonna actually have a lot of Wu affiliates on that one as well.
So most definitely, I gotta say, I gotta keep my eyes out for those, man. They sound like amazing projects.
Yeah, that's me. I stay busy. Plus, my Wu Files and Wu-Tang Rocks the World mixtape still like between those as well. So this is my life. This is what I do.
So DJ Flipcyide, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that comes on the show. Just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, and also your social media handles. That way our listeners can check you out if they're not already doing so.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. First shout I want to give out most is God. I feel like I wouldn't be doing, you know, what I do without His blessings and giving me the skill and talent to do what I do best. Second shout-out is for my son, Larry Bakari. I love you. He's your pops. This is your pops. You know how we do. And the rest would be, you know, to my Wu-Tang family, Heaven Razor, thank you, you know, a.k.a. Hellraiser, for putting me on Hellraiser Music Inc. Records. It's a huge honor, a huge blessing. We'll be doing this for eternity, you know, and then to the Wu Worldwide DJ Coalition, the Wu-Tang DJs, the Wu-Tang Clan, all the Wu-Tang affiliates, there's too many to name y'all, you know, GGO, and even all the previous people, you know, that helped me out and I worked with, you know, the whole G-Unit family, and just pretty much my fans, the biggest, you know, family, friends, fans. My fans, I couldn't do without you, and I love you all and appreciate you the most. And also to you, my brother, for having me on the show. Thank you.
You're most certainly welcome, man. Do you want to toss your social media handles quickly so our listeners can give you a follow?
Yeah. On Instagram, it's just at DJ Flipcyide. The way, you know, I spell it, it's DJ and then Flipcyde. Same thing at Twitter. And then Facebook is that's the only one that's a little different. It's Flipcyide.boss.
I do want to say, DJ Flipcyide, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio, man. It was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege. You stay safe out there, man, and I'm looking forward to those new projects once they drop.
Thank you, my brother. It's my honor, too, as well. I appreciate you.
You have yourself a wonderful night, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too.